It's a hard knock life for penguins. Not at all happy feet and not at all smile and wave, boys, just smile and wave. Even from the moment before they've hatched, a penguin's life is one of the most grueling out there. From there on out, it's about making it, one day at a time. Let me ask you a question. How would you feel if you lived in one of the most inhospitable, downright aggressive places on Earth, where temperatures drop below minus 58 degrees Fahrenheit in the winter, making it the most freezing continent in the world? Soon you'll learn that everything in nature is outgunning for penguins, including penguins themselves. Let's take it from the top. If you were to ask where the trouble begins, it'd be the moment they come into the world. There's 16 species of penguins. Most species lay 2 eggs. Well, except for female king penguins and emperor penguins. They lay 1 egg a year. Now that I've made it clear, let me continue. After the mom lays it, she has to hit the ground running to sustain her little family of a chick and her monogamous partner. She disappears for the next while, not in a I'm going out to get some cigarettes way, but in order to get food for the kid against all odds. Most of the time, she may not come back at all if a predator gets to her first. She leaves the egg in the care of the dad, whose job is to incubate it. Depending on the species, this may take anywhere from 30 days to 66 days, which takes place throughout the peak of the brutal Antarctic winter. The male penguin has to balance the egg on his feet. Emperor penguins incubate the egg in their brood pouch while still balancing it from 65 to 75 days. Other species take turns. For emperor penguins, until the female comes back, the dad doesn't eat. Instead, he lives on the stored fat reserves. If a violent storm erupts, he has to join a huddle and hope for the best that the egg makes it through or doesn't get lost. When the female does return, she'll only have eyes to feed her offspring. But it gives the male the chance to venture out to the sea to feed himself. Having a first-time parent may actually be the death of a penguin, as faulty incubation behavior often results in either the breakage of the eggs or total abandonment. Meanwhile, the mother's battling an after-Earth-esque situation. It's a harrowing journey, especially given what she's left behind. The penguins will travel up to 50 miles and dive into the open sea, where predators will congregate to get a bite of her if they catch a whiff of her presence. But she persists, with hopefulness exclusive to penguins. For her family, she'll dive down to 2,000 feet underwater and will resurface 20 minutes later, the fish, squid, or krill she tried hunting for in hand. Meanwhile, it's a Hunger Games-esque situation back home for a number of reasons. For a major chunk of their lives, chicks are entirely dependent on their parents. If something goes awry, which it often does, chances of survival plummet. While penguins survive mainly through teamwork, they're still mean, lean killing machines if ticked off. During this season, the number of so-called unemployed adults increases with penguins who lost their eggs or chicks. This results in aggressive parents who will confront those with chicks of their own. The mortality rates increase dramatically. When the chick finally pecks itself out of the egg, its parents will take turns feeding it with regurgitated food. But if only that were the case year-round. Every year, for a few weeks, the parents leave the chick alone to forage for food, leaving thousands of babies to fend for themselves and wait together in freezing agony. It's not exactly like they can venture out to the sea on their own. Swimming, an essential life skill, is not something they're taught by their parents. When a chick first goes into the water, they're dangerously awkward and not particularly graceful. Not like their parents. While other animals may target them for their clumsy walking style, penguins are absolute bosses underwater, able to dive beneath the sea ice and swim with a speed of up to 15 miles an hour. A penguin chick is then standing, parentless, while the wind mercilessly beats down on it. What's next? Could this get any worse? There's a silver lining. These chicks band together to increase their chances of survival. These groups are called creches. They huddle in tight-knit circles. Those in the center can sleep peacefully, not worried about predators, bullies, or the elements. Meanwhile, those on the peripherals can never truly rest. They have to go into a half-sleep trance where they periodically open their eyes to watch out for danger. If you're standing in one of those creches, watch if the others are pushing you to the edges. That's the place dedicated to those with the least chances of survival. On that cusp, they're vulnerable to vicious attacks by any predator, including skuas or giant petrels, who are most likely to swoop down and tear them apart. It's still a better option than the other thing being pecked to death or bashed by adult penguins. Penguins have warring instincts. While some may target abandoned or orphaned chicks as the subject of their frustrations and bullying, others' attention is a little different. Step aside, mama bears. Penguins have one of the strongest parental instincts in the cutthroat animal kingdom. If they stumble upon even an artificial replacement for an egg, their nature would force them to take care of it. In one case, scientists found a penguin treating a snowball as if it would an egg, even carrying it as if incubating it. This instinct may veer into kidnapping territory. Some penguins don't wait for a chick to be abandoned so that they can satisfy their instincts and take care of it. No, they'll outright try to kidnap them, even directly fighting with the parents and trying to snatch it from the parents' pouch. But it's not like this quote-unquote adoption will be that successful either. The majority of adoptions have an average of 0.5 to 10 days. Let's say that against all odds, the chick survives to become a semi-fully rounded adult. Does life start to pull its punches? Nope. The attack continues full throttle. Besides other penguins, the unrelenting cold, winds, storms, and eternal hunt for scarce food, penguins have to wake up every day with the knowledge that somewhere out there, killer whales, sharks, petrels, skuas, sea lions, and leopard seals are waiting to pounce. On land, petrels and skuas form the most imminent threat. Skuas resemble gulls, but are a lot more brutal. Reminiscent of the hyenas in the Lion King movie, they're a constant, terrifying threat to penguins. A skua's life is filled with murder, cannibalism, theft, and infanticide. Penguins make up most of their diets, and by now they've mastered the art of hunting them. A bird will pull at a penguin's tail while another swoops in from a different angle to steal their egg or chick. The two main predators, though, will always be killer whales and leopard seals. Leopard seals are a chilling sight to behold. Their territory encompasses all of the Southern Ocean, which surrounds Antarctica. Their only rival is the orca. If penguins are tentatively approaching life, hoping for the best and a shot at living a peaceful life with their monogamous partner, then leopard seals are their worst nightmare. The unforgiving conditions of Antarctica have made vicious creatures out of them. They'll devour any prey nearby, but mainly penguins. Their method of hunting is by ambush. They'll wait for an unsuspecting penguin to dive into the water, where they'll be waiting by the edge of the ice. Once a penguin dips its toe in the water, it's like piranha season. The leopard seals will make their move. Considering the biggest penguin is 44 inches tall and 90 pounds heavy, and leopard seals on average can grow to nearly 12 feet in length and are nearly 1,400 pounds heavy, it's something so brutal that others tear their eyes away. Leopard seals are special in the way that they don't possess clawed paws to grab prey. All they have are flippers with small claws. This leads them to aggressively thrash around to tear their prey with their teeth into small, eatable pieces. If they don't meet their fate in the jaws of a trigger-happy leopard seal, an orca is most likely to bring them to it. Orcas are so enthusiastic about eating penguins that they may even emerge from the water to get them on land before sliding back. Most offensively, orcas are choosy when it comes to which part of the penguins they'll eat. They've been observed only eating what they deem to be the best cuts, which is the breast meat. Penguins have small chances of escaping an orca attack. If you remember that video of that penguin escaping to a tourist boat and jumping on board to escape the orca, you'll know how desperate they are. And that's the difficult lives of penguins. They barely survive their childhoods, have the elements gunning for them, and if their partner dies, they themselves may perish of grief. What did you think of the cruel lives of penguins? Let us know in the comments below. If you like this video, don't forget to click the like button, as well as to subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications. Thanks for watching.